Trump and Obama's odds of winning the presidency if they faced off historic third term. Okay. So this is like that heavyweight. This is Ilya Topuria against Islam. This is John Jones against Aspinall. This is a good fight here to see. And here's what Trump had to say about it. Rob, is there the odds here for me to read before I go to it?
I can find it while we play the video.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
If you were allowed, for some reason, to run for a third term, is there a thought that the Democrats could try to run Barack Obama against you?
I'd love that.
Or his-
Boy, I'd love that. That would be a good one. I'd like that. No, people are asking me to run, and there's a whole story about running for a third term. I don't know. I never looked into it. They do say there's a way you can do it, but I don't know about that. But I have not looked into it. I want to do a fantastic job. We have 4 years, just about, almost close to 4 years. Time is flying, but it's still close to 4 years, and we're getting a lot of credit for having done a great job in the first almost 100 days.
And by the way, here's what the odds say. Let me read it to you. Trump's claim run against Barack Obama third term faces a tough reality as an Overton Insight survey of 1,100 registered voters shows Obama leading 53 to 47%.
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
So the poll reveals Obama dominating among independents with 59% and moderates with 61%, taking 10% of Trump's 2024 voters, while Trump only swipes 3% of Kamala Harris's voters. No constitutional law currently allows Trump or Obama to run in 2028, but Representative Andy Ogles proposed amending the 22nd Amendment just 3 days ago into Trump's second term to permit Trump's a third term, excluding Obama for his consecutive prior terms. The amendment states no person shall be elected to the office of the president more than 3 times, nor be elected to additional terms after being elected to 2 consecutive terms. So there's 2 questions. One, who would win? Would you want to see it? And at the same time, would you like to see Trump being overturned for a third term? I'll go to you first.
Trump's already beat Obama 3 times. So he already won in 2016. That was an Obama cutout. Remember, Joe Biden was like begging to run. Obama gave Hillary Clinton the crown, and Trump romped. Then in 2020, Obama did everything they possibly could to rig and to steal that from President Trump. And then in 2024, Obama went hard in the paint. All of this happening behind the scenes, cloak and dagger stuff, that was all Obama. The George Clooney op-ed, it was all Obama. Obama ran the White House. Does anybody really believe that Joe Biden was in charge of the White House? It was clearly Obama, the first president in our lifetime, that moved it down the street. No president has ever moved 5 blocks from the White House to a mansion in Colorado, Washington, D.C., is where Barack Obama moved. So as he says on Stephen Colbert's show, I can run the White House from my sweatpants with the phone, with the earpiece in.
Yeah.
And what's the first thing you see when they're inaugurating Joe Biden at that dystopian weird inauguration that nobody went to, that the military had to protect? What's the first thing you see is Joe Biden like saying things as though he has an earpiece in. I'm telling you, man, Trump's already beat Obama 3 times. And there's no way that you can convince me otherwise. This last time was a 7 swing state romp with the popular vote. Barack Obama is cooked, and I'll give you one final piece of data to prove that. They have to bus people into Obama rallies. Obama can't draw the crowds anymore. You just got who can sell merch. I think it's Andrew Schultz who said this. Like, politics is who can sell merch, right? You got your merch move, bro, right? That's it. Obama can't sell merch. Here's a perfect example of this.
So true.
We got 40,000 people right now watching on YouTube. What would happen if Michelle Obama went live on YouTube? She got a little channel, same platform. I can show you. You can pull up Michelle Obama's YouTube channel right now, and you will see views
Dozens
like
of views.
like Minecraft, like 12-year-old Minecraft. 12-year-old Minecraft kid started a YouTube channel. It is really sad, and it's with billions of dollars of free promotion from the corporate media. The ship has sailed. People are over the Obamas. They're done with them. Michelle Obama's podcast is a perfect example of how people don't care anymore about them. They know that they're frauds.
Why do you think?
Well, because Michelle Obama stands up at the DNC convention, and we were all there, and we all heard it. She stands up at the DNC convention. Here's why. She's standing there at the DNC convention, and she goes, "My parents are suspicious of people who took too much." And right before she gets on her G5 to go back to one of her private islands where she has a mansion in some of the whitest neighborhoods in all of the world. Everybody knows that they're frauds. They're worth hundreds of millions of dollars. They ran to say that there's not. This is a good one. You want to get them? Here we go. Pull up Gallup poll race relations in America. Because this is what the Obama thing was all about. Obama said, my mom's white, my dad's black. It's not white America, black America, it's the United States of America. It's not red or blue, it's
All four.
us together. Why don't we check out what happened while Barack Obama was president? Well, let's see here. Everybody said that race relations was just fine, and then Barack Obama got into office and decided to infect a virus into this country and use race for political purposes to try and separate us, to really rend and pull at the fabric of this country. And people are sick of that. People have seen the divisiveness. What did Barack Obama say right there when race relations collapsed in 2013? He said, Trayvon Martin's my boy.
If I had a son,
Martin would
he'd
be my
look
son.
like Trayvon.
Yep. That's it. That's the destruction. And then he went and he fomented race riots in Ferguson, Missouri. We hadn't seen race riots in decades in this country. He fomented race riots in Ferguson, Missouri. People are sick of it. They see the Obamas for what they are, which are opportunistic goblins who are just in it for themselves. And anybody who's close to them will tell you that. And the failure of the Michelle Obama podcast is the world telling them, we don't care about you. Michelle Obama actually thought that hundreds of millions of people were waiting on bated breath to listen to everything she has to say to her eunuch brother, who somehow looks more feminine than she does.
Eunuch brother.
Adam.
But that's it.
Who do you got? Obama or
is that
Trump?
a city in Germany or something else?
Sorry.
So
Sorry for the rant.
the question was, if they were both able to run a third term,
Yes.
would Obama beat Trump or would Trump beat
Yes.
Obama?
Please.
If I had to put money on it today, I would say Obama would be the favorite.
No.
But Trump would end up winning in the end, almost like Hillary Clinton in 2016. Because if you're just looking at the odds and the numbers, you know, you talked about approval ratings. I think Obama's highest approval rating was almost like 70% when he got elected. And then I want to say his like sustainable average, you can fact check that, his sustainable average was basically in the high 40s. Trump's never been above 50% approval rating, ever. I think right now he's kind of trying to get there. Yeah, there it goes, 69, dude. So as far as approval ratings, it's going to come down to who the independents break for. So one thing I'll give Trump credit for, you talked about race relations. Yeah. Trump has done an amazing job of killing wokeness, killing DEI, killing identity politics, killing cancel culture. You know, people thought that Trump was going to lose when he was like, I thought Kamala was Indian, and all of a sudden she's black. People are like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. People are like, no, that's exactly what happened with her. You know, with Tony Hinchcliffe, he's like, it's a floating piece of garbage called Puerto Rico. Like, oh my God. Yeah. Nobody cared. You know, Trump's Hitler. It's like, no, I'm not. Love the Jews. So Trump's faced so much backlash that they would put Obama as the favorite, but then Trump would just pull it out in the end. So I would go with Trump.
I disagree 1,000%. Whatever poll that was, whatever voters that they got, that's. I don't believe any of the polls. You want to talk about, so the approval ratings with Obama were that high because every media, everybody was worshiping him. He was trying to talk like he was Martin Luther King. It was all bullshit. All right, that whole change. Yes, we can. No, we can't. We didn't do. What did he do? What did he do besides make everybody hate each other in the country? Yep. Obamacare doesn't freaking care. It was all delusion. It was all divisiveness. And if, by the way, if there's a legal way for him to be the vice president again and then J.D. Vance, and they do it, I say do it. Anything to make these liberals go freaking nuts, I absolutely enjoy it. I was talking to Jillian outside. I love that these people go nuts for this guy. I don't know what it is. I absolutely love it. And I want him to get in because I want him to get into debates, Benny, and be like, so Crossfire Hurricane, Obama, those debates are going to be the best. So you were spying on my campaign. You guys set up Russia collusion. You and Hillary and the DNC, you guys were doing illegal shit to try to ruin me before I even got in. And bringing up Michelle Obama, can you imagine the debate points that he could bring up just with Michelle alone? Like Jimmy Carter died. You don't show up to the funeral? Your wife doesn't show up? How disrespectful is that? All the freaking stuff that he could bring up about his wife, I think he would murder him. It wouldn't be even fair.
Tom.
I think the pollsters are just, after the election, all the pollsters went to a B&B, but it's not what you think. Some of them became bored. The others became bankrupt because they can no longer fleece. That's what happened to the pollsters.
Yes.
And I think it's ridiculous that these polls are going up. It's like I just had a flashback, speaking of DeLorean, I went back 20 years to Saturday Night Live when all the drunk guys were talking about Ditka. It says, remember this?
The
It says, remember,
Super
the
fans.
Bears. It says, remember, what do you think? Ditka versus all the angels in heaven. Ditka, but it's a field goal late. And it's like, that's what I feel like these polls are. It's like, with this. It's just, to me, it seemed a little bit crazy. But also, you know what it showed me? I backed off on that. So why are they doing this? It's crazy. Because it's desperate. It's desperate. Somebody had the poll do it because they want something, and they got nothing.
Yeah.
And so what did they go do? They did what Joe Biden did. He didn't have the dollars, so he went and printed some. And they're out there and they're floating this. See, one of our guys could beat Trump. Well, he didn't, and Trump's in power. Dad's home. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's right. Obama's kissing the ring. We all saw him at the funeral. Obama's sitting right next to Trump, cracking jokes. How we doing? They were talking about golfing. That's what the lip reader said.
Yeah.
Obama wants to golf with Trump. Like, no, man. Obama's the one who said, I can't win. Obama sat that. Can we pull that up? The lip reading. I'm so sorry to abuse
Rob.
I know. I'm
Rob's
so
the
sorry,
best.
Rob.
Welcome
the
to the
lip
Benny
reading's
Johnson show
unbelievable.
today.
The first thing Obama. Here's your perfect response to that poll. The first thing Obama says is, "I knew you'd win," to Trump. You can
Beating
hear it.
Kamala.
Beating Kamala. That's
Yeah,
right. But
well,
the first thing,
Kamala
there's
and
like a
Obama.
professional lip reader that used AI to track what they were saying, and the first thing Obama says is, "I knew you'd win.
Yeah, of course.
I knew
he
you'd
did.
win." And he's
Don't doubt it.
Oh no, that's a deaf girl. Sorry.
Well, she.
goodness, that's me. I mean, that's probably
There's
me
Benny.
responding to the clip. Yeah,
See if it's in here.
there it is.
Hello, Mr.
Hello, Mr. President. Yep.
President.
For a second time. Barack, very nice to see you.
Congratulations. How you doing?
I'm a lot better, Dad.
Yeah, I bet. Knew you'd win.
Oh, really? Well, come on. Anyone could beat her.
Kidding
She's
me?
just...
I was just as appalled. You know what happened? You just didn't want to leave.
I know.
Is what happened. I did what I could to help her. She was horrendous.
I know. You know what I realized? Hillary still hates me. So much. I know. She'll never forget me.
Come on, boys.
We should meet to discuss
I
it.
think so too. We can definitely set something
That's
up.
so
Let me know
funny.
whatever
Oh, my
works
God.
best for you.
I was gonna fly back to Florida tomorrow for the golf.
Okay.
They're gonna golf together, man.
Oh, the photo of
And this
Hillary.
is the
Like,
real,
who wouldn't want? I
Benny,
mean,
this
you
is the
kind of
real
like
stuff.
want that, eh?
This wasn't some of the joke stuff. That was the professional and the real stuff.
This is the professional lip reader with AI putting this together. I think the original. I think it was the New York Post that.
So what's the
actually-
likelihood that that
Because
was
there were a
actually
lot
the
of them that were
conversation?
Well, I mean,
funnier than
what
that.
else
Yeah.
would he be talking about and smiling about? You know, it's about the loss, and you know he's probably like, "Yo, you couldn't even help her with your whole. Yeah, we have to rally the troops. No, you didn't rally anything.
It's so
bro."
believable. That's why that went viral. It's viral because it's so believable. You can see him saying these things.
By the way, people forget that caused a lot of controversy that they were sitting together. I said, I love it.
that's a great point.
Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Where else in the world do you have literally mortal enemies come together at this is the funeral of Jimmy Carter, I believe.
Yeah.
And sit next to each other and have a conversation. I love it.
What was the other
You were
event?
upset by it,
the
Vinny. I
most
remember you
powerful
were.
liver
You had
in
your
the world
panties
right
in a
there.
bunch that Trump was sitting next to
100%
Obama.
right. You know why
You had to
I
change
disagree?
your panties. I
No, you know
remember.
why? Because he is we're talking about the enemy. Anybody that causes divisiveness and hates the country and then spies on the other guy and tries to destroy him, he's the enemy. I wouldn't sit next to him.
I have a
so
question
that's
for,
me.
Obama's
I have a
your
question for
enemy.
everyone.
Yeah, he is.
I have
He's
a
the
question
enemy
for
of the
everyone
people.
on this panel, and I would never pretend to say I know who you supported in the year 2000 or 2004 elections. However, if you're looking for somebody who is a real dick to Donald Trump at this event, other than Michelle Obama, pun intended,
Mike Pence's wife.
then you would look at George W. Bush, who goes walking over to Barack Obama, chest bumps him, ignores Trump entirely
his cousin.
in his own party, and then pulls the curve. Laura Bush doesn't even acknowledge either man and walks right by him. So this is a president, the last Republican president, faced with the next Republican president. So his successor in the Republican Party Bush doesn't even acknowledge Trump's existence.
Well, that's his cousin, though.
So why-
These are literally two cousins. Look, those are two cousins, and it's what do you mean? They are cousins, Adam. They're related. Wait, let me guess. I'm lying, Adam. Do you know?
I'm sure they're the
because
best.
you
I'm
don't
sure
know.
they're
Because, Adam,
cousins.
here we go. You don't know.
No, you
Rob,
know.
are they
You-
cousins?
Fight.
Is Bush and Obama related? Are they related?
I know there's a story that
so
they
they're cousins.
from like
No,
for like 500 years ago.
I
There's
don't give
guy,
a damn. Oh, Barack Obama. Oh, it's 500 years, Adam, or is his 10th cousin?
10th cousin once
Oh, well,
removed.
it's his
Okay.
cousin.
You
It's
found
his
it,
cousin.
Benny. You're the man.
That's
You
how
got
I
it.
act. That's how I act when I see my cousin.
That's like saying we're all.
Wait.
That's like saying we're all.
Sorry, Adam.
By the way,
Sorry.
through
10th
Samuel
cousin.
Hinckley of Cape Cod, who had a great grandson who shot Reagan.
That's
Weird.
That's
Whoa. Weird.
No way. Is that true? So I know Hinckley's the
No,
name
I
of the
ju-
guy who shot Reagan.
No, I
Is there
just
a
made
relation?
that shit up.
Oh, okay.
That's like saying.
Those are the same names. So
That's
you
like
don't
saying
know?
we're all 15th cousin because we're all the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Oh,
came
now
down
you're
the
doing
line
a
to
woozy
Jesus.
and a wazi and
Exactly.
a floozy.
But-
Whatever, Adam.
I was
That's
just,
all when I see my 10th cousin twice removed, I chest bump him when I
I was
go
just
to the other guy.
following the line of
But
absurdity.
Benny, you bring up a good point. The whole conflict, and this is who Trump is, the fact that him and Bush, that whole basically, since the 2016 campaign when he was on stage with Jeb Bush, he's like, "You're low energy, Bush. Rand Paul, you're ugly. Scott Walker, you're a loser." And just bing, 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 bing. He called out the Bushes. He called out George W. Bush.
Good.
Trump has not only taken the GOP, it's no longer the GOP. It's just MAGA now. And you had to pick a side. The Mitt Romneys are done. The Mike Pences are done. And it's just MAGA at this point. So I'm not shocked that the Bush oligarchy and the Trump legacy is not on the same page. Are you?
I mean, so the end of the Bush dynasty, tell me if you agree with this, chat. The end of the Bush dynasty was please clap. That was it. When Jeb goes,
please clap.
Please clap. Can you please clap for us? Talk about a real
that
poll.
little campaign room out there. You could probably show that. But
Yo, I'm from Iowa, so that's where I was raised, and this is where I went to school. And
This
you
part
can
right
tell.
here.
There it is. This is
told a joke.
Yeah.
Pledge to you. I will be a commander-in-chief that will have the back of the military. I won't trash talk.
The half.
I won't be a divider-in-chief
half-zip.
or an agitator-in-chief. I won't be out there blowharding, talking a big game without backing it up. I think the next president needs to be a lot quieter, but send a signal that we're prepared to act in the national security interests of this country to get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please clap.
That was the death nail to the Bush legacy. You're absolutely right.
That's it. That's it. There's no coming back from that, bro. It's cooked.
That
You're
is the
done.
equivalent
You're
of being a
done.
stand-up comedian.
That's what we call a crash out.
You're
That's a
doing-
crash out.
I fully agree.
And that's what we also call a real poll. So I'm from Iowa. The point is that when you can see who brings energy to rooms in Iowa, right? You can see with the candidates. Look at how sad that is. He's at a nursing home. He's at a hospice house, clearly like a hospice center, giving a speech in his little country club half zip. Yo, I am so glad that era of the Republican Party is done. They weren't Republicans, so I want to, if I may, correct you on. It's not MAGA. It's populism, nationalism. That's what Trump represents. Nationalism and a very muscular populism in his policies. And I think that what clearly George W. Bush has represented, and what every president has represented for my entire lifetime, is globalism and the selling out of America. And that's the actual fight here. And it's a weird way to think about it, but that's what makes Barack Obama almost closer to Trump than Bush. Like if you were to look at the parties, it's all because what Barack Obama tried to do was almost kind of that. He of course failed, and I think he was a liar about it all. And when push came to shove, he chose divisiveness and obviously our enemies over America every day. But in the way that he communicates, that actually makes Obama and Trump closer than even a Bush, right? There's this crazy clip. Man, I hate to do this. There's a crazy clip of Bush saying, "What are the biggest evils facing America?" And it's way back in the day. It was when he was running in 2020, and he goes, in the year 2000, forgive me. And he goes, the biggest evils facing America today, got to do the Bush, facing America today are all of the isms, okay? Nationalism, populism, racism, and he puts them all together.
Jihad.
And he's like, it is like that. Wait a second, this is unbelievable because this is actually, with the exception of the racism, this is actually talking about America first. Bush was actually running on a globalist platform. This guy doesn't even exist in the same solar system as Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's
Remember
so that's
Bush
why.
Sr. in a State of the Union address turned to all of us and attempted to inculcate us with the idea of the New World Order.
Man. Yes.
I would say one thing. I would say that you said that Trump is closer to Obama. I would say that Trump is closer to Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
That sort of
maybe
economic nationalism, populism. You know, I remember people at the time, they were like, I'd vote for Bernie, I'd vote for Trump. Those two are complete polar opposites. And then Bush and Obama, they're more similar because obviously, they're 10th cousins. So there's a lot of family legacy right there.
Family comes first.
Here's the New World Order clip.
It's pretty wild going through this. We want to have 1 million people wearing the Future Looks Bright gear. So this is some of you that buy Future Looks Bright gear and the numbered ones, and some of you that go and put it on eBay. Look at this, $400, 1 out of 50, $199.
That's me on the
gray
left,
one. Can you go to the user one?
Hat number
Rob,
1.
10 grand.
Is that 1 out of 250?
Yes.
But he got the 1 out of 250? That's good for him. What's the user's name? Can we see? What is the user's name?
Rob Gargiulo.
No, it's not me.
Okay, go back.
Zone
Interesting.
service.
10 grand. Go back one, Rob, to see what else is up there.
Rob, that would have been so
Okay,
funny.
go back if you can, Rob. Okay, they go lower. So that's another one numbered. Another one, the 45, 47 numbered. Keep going lower. More of them numbered that are selling.
$3,000.
Holy moly, that's a 43 out of 50. Okay, so here's what we're doing today. This one took us a while to get, and I'll explain to you why. This is the box, Valuetainment. If you order this hat, when you open it up, the box right there, you see the Future Looks Bright in gold, and then there's a card in there from me to you, and this hat took a while to make for one specific reason. So this is a numbered out of 250, okay? And this says Future Looks Bright, and all of it is embroidered. This is not like a wing job. All of it says Future Looks Bright all around the hat. Black, sick hat that just got launched this morning, numbered out of 250 at 99.
Get on it.
First come, first serve. Just so you know how this works. These go like hotcakes. In no time, this goes. So within 30 minutes, this will be gone. But if you're one of the people that collects these numbered hats, we will not be doing this one again, specifically with this color, black and white Future Looks Bright, numbered out of 1 out of 250. Go to vtmerch.com, place your order. By the way, look at this, Vinny. Even down here, the way it is.
Like if I bought one right now, so somebody's going to get the number one right now.
Whoever orders, someone's going to get the number one. So, but anyways, that'll be in the box. With the box, the whole nine. Now, when we get the shipments with Future Looks Bright, you know what's coming in this to know that it's coming strictly from us. Go to vtmerch.com, place your order. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.